here's an analogy. Let's take language, for instance. If you were to study, like someone might study English, never spoken English before, and then you're like, okay, there's this code, and basically, there are words that represent certain things and certain ideas and so on. So,
Yeah.
like, okay, there's let's say this person spoke Russian, and then you find out, oh, well, in Russian, this is the word for tree, and in English, it's tree. And in Russian, there's a word for river. In English, it's river. Okay, so everything is lining up really nice, and there's no paradoxes. But then you come to certain phrases that don't seem to have any connection to reality. Like, say a phrase like kick the bucket, right? What does that mean, kick the bucket? I understand, I put it together. It means that you kick a bucket. But it doesn't seem to make sense in the sentence, in the paragraph that you're using it in,
Right.
right? And then someone say, well, that means to die. And then then you should say die. But when you say kick the bucket, it means die, but it seems to contradict. It doesn't seem to fit, but it actually says more. Or what to speak about, like when you get to a phrase where the phrase itself seems to be self-contradictory. Like,
Mira, origins of kick the bucket, please.
thank you.
Get to the bottom.
But,
I can't even listen to anymore.
It's driving me crazy. But
Like, what does that mean?
but like take like Shakespeare, like where he'll write, "Parting is such sweet sorrow." Is it sweet, which is a pleasant experience, or is it sorrow, which is an unpleasant experience? But the idea is that actually by saying it's such a sweet sorrow, within that phrase, it's getting into a subtler truth. And you're going,
Okay, I like that. That's a
right?
great example.
Yeah, you're going into a deeper truth. So it's only,
Is
if
it
you were to
sweet?
stop,
Is it sad? It's something nuanced.
yeah,
You can't quite understand it.
if you were to stop studying English because you ran into that and lost faith that this English language is a dependable language that is reasonable and makes sense, well, then you would miss out going deeper into it. It's when you hit those paradoxes that you're going deeper into it. And so in science that took place, and language that could take place, and what we're saying, what we need to contend with as we approach Krishna's Leela is that if you want to understand the deeper truths of reality, Bhāgavatam is saying you're going to have to begin to accommodate and wrestle with certain paradoxes. That you have Mother Yaśodā, she has her little, sweet little boy, and she's seen inside him the entire universe. Then she just forgot about it because her love is too powerful to accommodate that. But then she tied him up. Now, how can you tie up the universe when you're in the universe itself and when there's nothing outside of it? Like, how can you bind? Bind means you go
How can you
outside
bind
of it.
unlimited?
The unlimited.
That which is
exactly.
unlimited.
Yeah. So Bhagavatam is saying now you're going to have to enter into these contradictions where we're dealing with a being who is beyond the laws of as we know them, right? Who can, within Krishna, he can accommodate these different contradictions, and with faith in him and ultimately love in him, that saying that love is, we were talking about this in previous days, yesterday and the day before maybe, that love becomes the vehicle, or the conduit, or however you want to say it, that by which you enter through the paradoxes into the true reality, which is that Krishna is everything, and love of Krishna is beyond everything. You're going to have to accommodate some paradoxes on the way.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Super Soul Farm, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a Bhakti Yoga podcast with your host Raghunath and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York City, Kaustubha. Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. It's episode 1662, sitting here at the farm with Grandma Terry, young Tommy Fawcett, and Katie Boltz. We got a live crew here today. We had a nice little cookout yesterday. Mara's got this like eggplant parm.
Yeah,
Healthy eggplant parm. I got to put this in her. Yeah, she's gonna put it in the Wisdom of the Sages cookbook. She's got a few
Okay.
things. Made a peach pie yesterday. She went a little crazy yesterday with her
You mean she
cooking.
wasn't merely just hovering about? She was
Just hovering in the kitchen, moving quick in the kitchen.
All right.
Are you trying
Yeah.
to start a fight here?
No,
Stephen?
not at all. But I do get concerned when I hear eggplant, parm, and healthy used in the same. It's a
She just
paradox.
that's what the theme of the show is going to be today about
Yeah.
paradoxes. How can it be?
But it
Krishna's
sometimes
within
is.
everything. Everything's within Krishna, but Krishna's within everything. That makes no material sense.
It's eggplant, parm. It's healthy,
Yeah.
but somehow.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's not deep fried. I give all credit to the cast iron griddle on my new stove.
Oh,
It's her
cast
birthday
iron
stove.
griddle.
My birthday stove.
Nothing like cast iron, right, Mara?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very good to cook on.
All right.
How are you, Mara? All good?
Yeah, all good. Got some announcements.
Please share.
All right. Kaustubha's doing his Chaitanya Charitamrita reading today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time for our Sage community members. And then we're going to do Sweet Baby Krishna after that at 8 p.m. tonight.
Stage
Gotta-
platform.
Double dose you on the Sage Community platform. 7 o'clock, Sweet Baby Krishna.
No,
No. What time? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Sweet Baby Krishna 5:30 to 7. So you can go to both, or you can go to whoever you like better, Mir Kaustubha, and the numbers will tell. Just kidding. You don't have to.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. It totally is.
um, so yeah, so we're on a 3 or 4 day week schedule now, and I think this is a 3-day week. But look, right off the bat, you got 2 things just going right there, right?
Boom. Now we post those, right? So if a person misses them,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
okay.
Posted on the Sage Community platform, and that's one of those perks that regular sponsors get. And we're working behind the scenes. We're working diligently to get this the Sage Academy going. So that's coming down the pike. It's going to be soon.
Great. Alrighty. Any other cool announcements? We're about to announce Italy for next year, and it's first come, first serve. We're doing it at one spot, Casa Vecchia.
Limited places.
So there's limited places. So if you're into going, it's kid friendly, it's family friendly, it's teen friendly.
Can people sign up right now?
No.
Not yet.
We're going to give it a countdown, and then we're going to do it. And last year it sold out in
Very quick.
3 days.
Quickly. All right.
All right.
All right. So our next show will be Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time.
Okay. That's right. I'm going to New York City tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to drive grandma in.
You going for lunch at Kaustubha's again?
Maybe I
here
will.
for you.
Maybe I'll stop by.
I'm here for you.
All right. I think Mom would love that.
Yeah, she's still talking about it.
Okay, let's do it.
Maybe
All right,
I'll try to make
Kaustubha.
your healthy eggplant. Send eggplant parm. Send down the recipe, Mary.
Yeah, I heard your gnocchi was fantastic.
I wasn't thrilled with my gnocchi. I'm gonna be
really?
honest. Yeah. I tell you, sometimes I make it, and every bite is just like full of deliciousness. I never cooked it for so many people. I'm usually just cooking it just for myself and Guy Dupree. Usually just for myself. And to cook it for that many, I didn't have enough water. And also, I should have put it in just before you all arrived. I think that.
Kaustubha, my mom loved it. We loved it. My mom loved you. I actually walked away loving you.
Oh,
I was like, I love that man. That's where I got all emotional that day. I was like, I love
you just
you.
had to feed him.
I'm a simple dog. You feed me, you stroke me, I become your friend.
I think I'll leave it at feeding. Thank you. But,
You know what? It was a $51 lunch though because of the parking. But you know what? If I go in and out, if I can get out of there in a half hour.
oh well, I mean, we could do that, but there's got to be a cheaper parking. That's right behind the Dakota building. It's probably one of the more expensive parking places in the city.
Yeah, but you know, if I can do it in a half hour, which means, you know, we just cut the gab and we just, is it too fast?
Yeah, then you don't
Yeah,
get to sit.
you
It's
take all
a dine and dash.
the love out of it, Raghunath.
I know. There's something about it.
You just want a cheap meal.
I want your cheap meal, and I want my mom to get your association
All right.
again.
Yeah, Samantha
Saw
said
the
30 minutes is not
deities.
enough.
30 minutes. Well, what do we do? Whatever. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll search. I'll see if I can find you cheaper parking in the neighborhood.
Okay. It's hard during the day,
Well, also
Okay.
it's hard because your mom can't walk real far.
and she can't.
Yeah, well,
walk.
you could
Well,
drop
you know
her
what?
off.
Now I got the wheelchair.
Yeah.
We figured it out. I've got my mom. I took her all over to Great Barrington yesterday. It was great.
Okay,
Just put her in the wheelchair and drive her around.
there you go.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Uh,
Ready?
yeah, let's get into the nugget then, huh?
Okay.
Oh, man. Amy Stiller says the parking app. Does the parking app tell you if there's a parking spot?
I
don't know.
suppose that's what they do.
If it's how did it know what's available?
There's all kind of technology nowadays, Raghunath.
Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. You can't even commit like a murder or anything anymore.
You can't even commit a murder anymore.
Like in the old days. In the old days, you could like get away with murder. You know what I mean? Like things could happen. You could bury a body. There's anything like that. You can't do that anymore. There's cameras everywhere.
Maybe it's good for us.
No, I think it's better. I think it's better. Unless you're in the murderous business. But I think it's much better. I actually, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not better. It's sort of like the book 1984, which is like you're
Big Brother.
always being watched.
Yeah.
It's like that. Okay. Didn't mean to take it to murder at 7:15 this morning.
Yeah,
Right.
but Joey's putting up Jack the Ripper. Where would all of these classic murderers have been? We wouldn't even know about them if there were cameras everywhere. The murders wouldn't have even taken place.
Right? Or there could have been justice. Maybe Jack the Ripper was innocent. We don't know.
That's a good point.
We weren't there. There was no DNA tests. Now they can find anything. Scrape your finger. Scrape something off you.
Merritt, I see you're ready to just do it. Go ahead, just do it. Bring out the script.
Let's get to something serious here.
There you go.
right.
Besides our personal freedoms being taken away from us.
Okay.
Get into our
Who
nuggets.
needs personal freedoms as long as we're safe?
We need nuggets, Raghunath. That's what we need.
We
Okay.
need nuggets.
Oh, this is Niels Bohr, the Danish physicist.
This
yeah.
comes from Niels Bohr, the Danish physicist and philosopher who made fundamental contributions to quantum theory and atomic structure.
Right.
Mhm.
Niels Bohr. I think
right.
he was in that movie. What was the movie again? Oppenheimer? Is that the name of the movie?
Oh.
Oppenheimer?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I think he no, I think he was the one that he was studying under when he was in Germany or whatever.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Niels Bohr, if I'm
He
not
writes,
mistaken.
at the heart of every deep truth lies a paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Read that again.
Healthy
Eggplant parm.
eggplant parm.
A paradox.
It's
right
a
there.
paradox. Who can understand this?
Yeah, like if you were just to get into normal cuisine, you might not have reached a paradox like that. Like PBJ may not have gotten you there. But when you get to like these finer cuisine, you have to be able to accommodate a paradox like that.
Like
Healthy
the deep truth
eggplant
of
parm.
eggplant parm.
Yeah.
Right. Like a green algae is a superfood. Who can figure that out? Here's what I like. He's obviously like a brilliant mind, but instead of just telling you what's true, he's trying to show you how to think. This
Yeah.
is what we do in Bhakti. All the study of these fantastic stories is actually a new way of thinking for us, right? So in scientific research, he's coming up against paradoxes, right? The deeper he goes. And instead of saying, well, that's impossible, he said, maybe this is how reality works when you go deep enough into it. And maybe it will take a deeper way of thinking instead of our binary way of thinking, huh?
Yeah.
So we can apply the same idea to approaching Krishna Leela or Krishna's pastimes. When we hear a story like the one we're reading, right, where Krishna shows us that the entire universe is inside him, yet somehow he is the universe, right? He is unlimited, but somehow his mother ties him up. If we're thinking in ordinary, narrow ways, we're just going to say impossible, right? All these stories. We tell these stories all the time. Magical cows, people hovering
Magical
in space.
cows.
People hovering in space, riding flower
Trees.
airplanes, right? It makes no sense. It makes no material sense. We say that a lot. But the point is, we've got to learn to think differently. The Shastra or the sacred texts are challenging us constantly to go deeper because at the heart of reality, there's paradox. When you hit the paradox, it means you're starting to get somewhere. You're warm.
Right.
Right? like
Yeah.
cracking into the next level of thinking, the next level of Mario or whatever. You're in a new screen, right? And that paradox is trying to tell us something. With Krishna and his mother, it's saying love is more powerful than any other reality and can really make the impossible very, very possible. What do you think about that, Kaustubha?
I think that you're onto something, Raghunath, and I think Niels Bohr was onto something. I think you two are on the same level.
You know what? I'm seeing every day, whoever we quote, Achyuta puts the picture of that person
Yeah,
up
I've
on the
seen that,
board.
yeah.
And
Handsome
there's
man.
something that people who are in this practice for a long time or practice yoga, you look at a face and you can read a face.
What do you
I
read?
I read that we would probably be friends, me and
Okay.
Niels Bohr. Although and this happens a lot. There's people much more qualified in many ways than me, but I think he probably would like me.
Do you
Not
think
everybody does like me, but I think Niels Bohr would.
do you think he would accept you as a part-time atomic physicist?
I'm not claiming to be that, but I
But
think
you
he would
could.
accept me. I think it just there's people that I feel like God, I have nothing in common with this person. They're much more qualified. They're smarter than me. They're much more wealthy than me. They got their life together so much better than I do. But they like me, and I can't figure it out. It's a paradox,
Okay.
you know.
Now, Timothy, we need to clear this up. He's asking, how's eggplant parmesan a paradox? Was healthy eggplant parmesan was a
Because
paradox.
usually they fry it, they deep fry it, they throw an egg batter on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like that.
But so Niels Bohr, from what little I understand about his world, he was one of these original guys that really got into the structure of atoms. And it was there that they got into physics on a whole nother level, where when you got down to the atomic level, or is there like a term for like the smaller than atomic level, right?
Subatomic.
Subatomic. Thank you, Raghunath. You are a part-time.
It's part-time.
Just part-time. But,
You like that?
yes, but when you get
Microatomic. Micro.
when you get down to that subatomic level, they discovered all kind of contradictions. And in particular, I think what he was really getting into is that you would observe that on that level, energy was working on what is it that you would see matter in matter. There'd be these contradictions like it's a particle and it's a wave at the same time. It shouldn't be able to be both. It has to be one or the other. But when you examine it from this angle, it responds as a particle, and the very same energy when you approach it from another angle and observe it, it's a wave.
This
And
is
then
throwing everything we thought upside down. Isn't
right,
it?
and rather than just saying, oh, there must be something wrong with the microscope, he said it must be that this is operating with a different set of laws, right?
Mm.
It's paradoxical. By him discovering that, I don't know if he's the actual person that discovered it or was one of the early people to work with it, but by their discovery of that and going deeper into it, they found that it wasn't like knowledge had fallen apart. It was that we had understood in a deeper way than we'd ever understood before, and we're going to have to challenge ourselves to stretch our imaginations to enter into this world of this deeper understanding of the world we live in. And
It's
so,
interesting, right?
yeah.
Historically, in the Renaissance in the West, they went from, okay, everything's God. We got to hear it from these priests, and then these priests are corrupt. And you know what? Let's just stick to science. The
Yeah.
problem is, the more you go into science, the more you realize how mystical the world is.
It's true. It's true. And so, like that, in the same way, like here's an analogy. Let's take language, for instance. If you were to study, like someone might study English, never spoken English before, and then you're like, okay, there's this code, and basically, there are words that represent certain things and certain ideas and so on. So, like, okay, there's let's say this person spoke Russian, and then you find out, oh, well, in Russian, this is the word for tree, and in English, it's tree. And in Russian, there's a word for river. In English, it's river. Okay, so everything is lining up really nice, and there's no paradoxes. But then you come to certain phrases that don't seem to have any connection to reality. Like, say a phrase like kick the bucket, right? What does that mean, kick the bucket? I understand, I put it together. It means that you kick a bucket. but it doesn't seem to make sense in the sentence, in the paragraph that you're using it in.
Right.
And then someone say, well, that means to die. And then then you should say die. But when you say kick the bucket, it means die, but it seems to contradict. It doesn't seem to fit, but it actually says more. Or what to speak about, like when you get to a phrase where the phrase itself seems to be self-contradictory. Like,
Mara, origins of kick the bucket, please.
thank you.
Get to the bottom.
But,
I can't even listen to anymore.
It's driving me crazy. But
Like, what does that mean?
but like take like Shakespeare, like where he'll write, "Parting is such sweet sorrow." Is it sweet, which is a pleasant experience, or is it sorrow, which is an unpleasant experience? But the idea is that actually by saying it's such a sweet sorrow, within that phrase, it's getting into a subtler truth. And you're going...
Okay, I like that. That's a
Right?
great example.
Yeah, you're going into a deeper truth. So it's only...
Is
if
it
you were to
sweet?
stop...
Is it sad? It's something nuanced.
Yeah.
You can't quite understand it.
If you were to stop studying English because you ran into that and lost faith that this English language is a dependable language that is reasonable and makes sense, well, then you would miss out going deeper into it. It's when you hit those paradoxes that you're going deeper into it. And so in science that took place, and language that could take place, and what we're saying, what we need to contend with as we approach Krishna's Leela is that if you want to understand the deeper truths of reality, Bhāgavatam is saying you're going to have to begin to accommodate and wrestle with certain paradoxes. That you have Mother Yaśodā, she has her little, sweet little boy, and she's seen inside him the entire universe. Then she just forgot about it because her love is too powerful to accommodate that. But then she tied him up. Now, how can you tie up the universe when you're in the universe itself and when there's nothing outside of it? Like how can you bind? Bind means you go
How can you
outside
bind
of it.
unlimited?
The unlimited.
That which is
exactly.
unlimited.
Yeah. So Bhagavatam is saying now you're going to have to enter into these contradictions where we're dealing with a being who is beyond the laws of as we know them, right? Who can within Krishna he can accommodate these different contradictions, and with faith in him and ultimately love in him. That saying that love is, we were talking about this in previous days, yesterday and the day before maybe, that love becomes the vehicle, or the conduit, or however you want to say it, that by which you enter through the paradoxes into the true reality, which is that Krishna is everything, and love of Krishna is beyond everything. You're going to have to accommodate some paradoxes on the way.
Mara, kick the bucket.
Kick the bucket.
All right. It most likely originated from the way animals were slaughtered in the past.
Oh.
What? Specifically, it's believed to refer to the kicking motion of a pig or other animal suspended by its heels from a beam,
Oh,
often called a bucket.
I don't even want to use that phrase anymore.
I
I
know.
know. All right.
All right.
Thoroughly depressed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good morning, people.
All right. So in any case, but we can see. So if you come up against some paradoxes, it's not like say, oh, it must just be a story. There can't be any reality to it. No. That's where you're challenged to actually go deeper. Right?
Want to go deeper, Kaustubha?
I
You
would like to
use
go
that
deeper.
phrase, like, want to go deeper.
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't have a mustache to twist, right? I said, yeah.
Narayanam namaskrityanam chaiva narotamam devim saraswatim vyasam tatojayam mudiriyat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhāgavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Yaśodā, the author. Nasta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati utamashloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in class in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 9, Text 15.
Okay, what's going on here?
Mother Yasoda trying to bind the offending child Krishna.
Oh,
When Mother Yasoda was trying to bind the offending child, she saw the binding rope was short by a distance of the width of 2 fingers.
oh yeah.
Right? She like put on a belt. You got a little fat and you can't close the belt. That's basically.
So it's 2
Been-
fingers too short. The measurement of
2
the width
fingers.
of 2 fingers.
Yeah. Thus, she brought another rope to join it. Right? That makes sense. The rope doesn't
Extend it.
going to tie up Krishna. It doesn't work. I'm going to get another rope. The new rope also was short by a measurement of 2 fingers. How can that be, right? And when another rope was joined to it, it was still 2 fingers too short. Now, this doesn't make any material sense right here. Here you have a little kid you're trying to bind, and you're tying all these other ropes together. It was still the exact same amount. As many ropes as she joined, all of them failed. Their shortness cannot be overcome.
Yeah.
Thus, Mother Yasoda joined whatever ropes were available in the household, but still she failed in her attempt to bind little Krishna.
Maybe she should have got the shoestring out.
Yeah, from the purse. Mother Yasoda's friends, the elderly gopis in the neighborhood, were smiling and enjoying the fun. Similarly, Mother Yasoda, although laboring in that way, was also smiling. All of them were struck with wonder. So sort of like a little public miracle is happening right now.
Yes.
She's tying all these things together. Everyone's just watching her trying to tie up little Krishna. You know, Krishna's always like winning again.
Yeah, no, he brings you into this world that's somehow frustrating and incredibly beautiful and blissful
Ecstatic.
and charming and funny. And this 2 fingers thing, our Acharya is right about the meaning of this. Right, great teachers of bhakti.
Why don't you share?
I will. One of them that we commonly hear is that, in the way that Jiva Goswami expresses this, is he says that you see, because Krishna is about maybe it's even in the next verse or the one after that. Krishna allows himself to be bound. Somehow, he's finally bound. Right? She was tying all this rope together, and no matter what she did, it was coming up short.
Frustrating.
But it says Krishna does not agree to become bound. And from the Bhakti Yoga perspective, that means, in other words, we don't bind him in our heart, right? We want to hold Krishna in our heart, hold him in our mind always as Bhakti Yogis. But he doesn't agree to that without 2 things. And I suppose it's a combination of both. One is our sincere endeavor. And 2 is Krishna's grace. Right?
Endeavor and grace. Endeavor and grace.
Yeah. Sometimes these 2 are they're both very important topics in like theology, right? Like a lot of Christians, we get a lot of presentations of Christianity where it's 100% grace. Right? It's like
you don't even have to try. It's not by your work.
There's no point in trying.
You don't have to become vegetarian. You don't have to be, you just have to just trust Jesus and you're saved.
Yeah.
It's all grace.
And then it's all grace. It doesn't matter.
Really?
We're all sinners. There's no way around that.
It's sort of an easy way out. It's just like, you know what?
Well,
That's all I
it's
got to
true.
do is believe. Sometimes I'll say that. I'll meet a Christian on the street and I'll say,
That's it.
do you believe in Jesus? I was like, yep, I do. Am I okay now? It's like, yes, you are. Next. You could really shut them down quick with that one. Yeah, I believe. I believe in Krishna too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So, then another Christian theologian may have, may contend with that, saying, no, like it says, faith, in the Bible itself, faith without works is dead. Right? So, do you really have faith if it's not demonstrated in how you live? And so, your own endeavor is important. And so, anyway, these things are discussed a lot in theology, and of course, in South India. Right, you have in the Sri Sampradaya or the Ramanuja Sampradaya, there's kind of 2 camps, right? You're familiar with that, right?
Yeah, the monkey and the cat.
Yeah, the monkeys and the cats. And so can you describe that analogy and how that works?
Well, if you see a mother monkey walking around,
Yes.
the baby monkey's on the
monkey.
back.
No.
The baby monkey.
Maybe on the back, but generally.
hanging underneath.
hanging underneath by its own power, right?
Right. It's
The
holding on.
baby.
The mother's jumping around, and the
Yeah.
and the baby's hanging on.
So it's all
But
by
the
the effort of the baby.
But the kitten is completely taken care of by the mother cat,
They grab him by
Who's-
the nape of the neck.
right by the nape.
Yeah.
Puts him in the mouth and starts walking that little cat around.
So no effort on the child. It's all the grace of them.
We say it's a monkey cat.
Yeah, it's a
a
little
little
bit
bit of
cat,
both.
a little bit of monkey.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one explanation, that we capture Krishna in our heart through a combination of both grace and mercy, those two fingers. And then the other explanation I read, is that karma and jnana will fall short, right? Neither karma nor jnana will allow you to capture. I mean, you could say it in different ways, right? To fully embrace the Param Brahman, or to capture Krishna. It requires bhakti. Ultimately, it requires bhakti. That's the only way you can bind Krishna in your heart. No other way. All right. So in any case, these things are being demonstrated as Yaśoda is struggling to tie the entire universe with her love. Right? It's not the rope that
Binds him.
that bound him. Yeah.
Because of Mother Yaśoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair.
She had a comb in her hair.
Some ladies do that. They stick a comb in their hair.
I guess like a
You know,
barrette or something like that kind of thing.
not a barrette, but like a
Not a
comb.
barrette. Pick.
Yeah, like a pick. Like when a child saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound.
Okay.
Oh, Maharaj Pariksit, this entire universe, with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra,
Yeah.
is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yet the Supreme Lord has one transcendental attribute. He comes under the control of his devotees. This was now exhibited by Krishna in this pastime.
Okay. So this can be interpreted. This pastime could be interpreted on so many levels, but perhaps this is the deepest level. What is the real meaning here? Yes, only by bhakti, karma, again, this, that, but in one sense, this is what fascinates the sages the most, right? This quality of Krishna, that he's the all-powerful. He's Ajita. He can't be conquered, but somehow he becomes conquered. And he becomes conquered by one thing, and that's by the love of his devotees. He will become like a little puppet. He'll become like a little boy. He'll cry and run from you in fear, even, due to your love, and he'll become bound by your love. But why don't you read the commentary to this one?
All right, this is 19's commentary. The pastime of Krishna is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said, Darsayam stadvidam loka atmano bhaktyavasyatam. That's from the Bhāgavatam, 10:11:9. The Lord displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees, as stated in the Brahma Samhita. By his
Jagananda Kutim Yachakterasti Jagananda Chayadyaranta Antantarastam Paramanu Charantarastam Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Thank you. By his one plenary portion as Paramatma, the Lord controls innumerable universes with all their demigods, yet he agrees to be controlled by a devotee. In the Upanishad, it is said that the personality of Godhead can run with more speed than the mind. But here we see that although Krishna wanted to avoid being arrested by his mother, he was finally defeated, and Mother Yaśoda captured him. Krishna is served by hundreds of thousands of goddesses of fortune. Nonetheless, he steals butter like one who is poverty-stricken.
Paradox.
Yamaraj, the controller of all living entities, right?
Yeah.
Yamaraj is the controller. He is
The
like
Punisher, really.
the
True, right?
Punisher. He is the Punisher. He fears Krishna, yet Krishna is afraid of his mother's little stick.
Paradox.
These contradictions cannot be understood by one who is not a devotee, but a devotee can understand how powerful is unalloyed devotional service to Krishna. It is so powerful that Krishna can be controlled by an unalloyed devotee. This Britya vasyata does not mean that he is under the control of the servant. Rather, he is under the control of the servant's love.
That's
That's a great point there.
that's a subtle point, but a very powerful point. That's
Sure.
right.
Because you could be thinking, like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out something intimate about. We see that in this world. I want to know something. I'm here with Tommy Fawcett. I want to know something intimate about him. How do I do it? I just like study him, berate him. You tell me something
Interrogate.
intimate about yourself. All right. That makes the clamshell go tighter.
Right, right.
But through affection, through service, through love. That's the endeavor we're talking. Endeavor doesn't mean like I'm going to pull my hair out. I'm going to figure out. I'll get to the top of the mountain. Not like that. It's through a type of soft-hearted love that we approach the supreme in the same way we'd approach a lover, a beloved in this world. Then they start to reveal everything to us. That's Krishna. We develop that affectionate, soft-hearted approach to the absolute truth, not through our intense scientific method. You'll hit a paradox.
It's you'll hit you'll bump up against that wall. We are constitutionally tiny, and we've seen that Krishna is like unlimited. So how does the tiny and limited control the unlimited? And it's actually not us that control, right? It's not the devotee that controls him, but it's the devotion. But the devotee becomes the you could say the vessel of that devotion, right? They say ashraya, the shelter of it, right? You contain that love within yourself, and you have the power to control God. And we're seeing Yaśodā do that, right? It's not that she's actually got power in her, herself to control him, but it's her love that controls him. She possesses that love. And so that's, there's they say the vishaya, which is the object of the love, which is Krishna, and then the ashraya, which is the shelter of love, or the possessor of the love. And Krishna sees the power in that, and the ecstasy in that is so great. He's like, I'm stuck being the vishaya all the time. I'm the object of the love. I wonder what it's like to be the ashraya of it, to be the possessor of that love. That seems to be the most powerful and ecstatic position to be in. And he comes as his own devotee, Sri Chaitanya.
And the commentary goes on a little further. They're explaining how Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita is the servant. He's the chauffeur
There's more
of Arjuna,
there.
and he enjoys it. Arjuna says, "My dear Krishna, you have agreed to be my charioteer and to execute my orders.
Right.
Place my chariot between the two armies." Krishna immediately executes the order. And therefore, we may argue that Krishna also is not independent. It's true.
It's true, right? In that sense, yeah.
But this is one's ajnana, ignorance. Krishna is always fully independent. When he becomes subordinate to his devotees, this is a display of ananda chinmaya ras, the humor of transcendental qualities that increases his transcendental pleasure. Everyone worships Krishna as the personality of Godhead, and therefore he sometimes desires to be controlled by someone else.
Ananda chinmaya rasa. Yeah.
Such a controller can be no one else but a pure devotee.
Okay. So it's how he derives bliss through being controlled by love. People say Krishna is the God of love. Usually they're saying it in some kitschy way, like without a deep philosophical
he's the God of
understanding.
love.
Oh yes, he's running around with the gopis.
Gopi girls, loving affairs.
But he is the God of love in the sense that he's all about love, and he becomes controlled by love because it's his only interest. It captivates him, and he reciprocates with it in the most absolutely astounding ways. But Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, Patabhavitavi. This is all from Brahma Samhita here. This is that's where his interest lies, in that bliss, the taste of that bliss of exchanged love, which means becoming vulnerable, and we've talked about that in the past. But this verse quoted here, this Brahma Samhita verse, again, it's paradox, it's contradiction, that that Krishna is within every atom of the universe, and yet every atom, every universe exists within him at one and the same time, such as the primeval Lord whom I adore. Right? He becomes the Lord of contradiction, because when we begin to understand this unlimited being, we're necessarily going to come up with the contradictions, the laws that he can create and break and transcend,
Makes no material sense, Kaustubha.
because it's not on the material level.
Mm-hmm. All right. Continuing on. Neither Lord Brahma, nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord,
Mhm.
can obtain from it the personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yaśodā.
Okay. So that's right. The most powerful beings, right? The creator, the destroyer of the universe, you know, they can't receive what Yashoda is receiving. The kind of experience that she's getting, they don't get because of her unique love. Why don't you read the commentary to this one?
Sure. This is a comparative study between Mother Yaśodā and the other devotees of the Lord. It's stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ara Shabha Britya. The only supreme master is Krishna, and all others are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Britya Vasyata, becoming subordinate to his Britya,
Britya.
or servant. He becomes subordinate to the servant. Now, although everyone is Britya, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Britya, the position of Mother Yaśodā is the greatest. Lord Brahma is Britya, a servant of Krishna, and he is Adi Kavi, the original creator of this universe. Nonetheless, even he could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yaśodā.
Mm.
As for Lord Shiva, he's the topmost Vaishnava. What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service, since she was always associates with his body, right?
Yeah.
She's always around the Lord. But even Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, she could not get such mercy. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was surprised, thinking, what did Mother Yaśodā and Nanda Maharaj do in their previous lives by which they got such a great opportunity, the opportunity to be affectionate father and mother of Krishna?
Right. If we read the Vedas and the Upanishads and so much of the Puranas, we're not getting so much of this picture of this intimate love. But now Maharaj Parikshit is hearing it, and he's like, wow, this goes beyond. I thought like Lord Shiva was like the ultimate, like.
That's why if you read the Bhāgavatam, all those other things it's completing the loop. All
Yes,
the other
ties
parts
it
of the
all
Vedas
together.
make sense, or
Yeah.
else you can get lost in each different compartment.
Right. And
You get-
and now in this verse, or in this commentary, Prabhupada quotes this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arta Sabha Britya. It's a simple, straightforward statement, but it's a statement that gives the answer to so many of the debates, that go on within Vedanta or within Hinduism. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. There's one Ishvara. There's one supreme control. Ishvara means the controller. There's one supreme controller, Ekala, right? There's only one, and that's Krishna. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. And then Ara Sabha Britya. Every other living being, constitutionally, is a servant, is the Britya. Lord Shiva is, right? Lord Brahma is, every other living being. This is kind of like the lay of the land. We call this Sambandha Jnana, knowledge of the relationship, knowledge of the nature of the connection. How do I connect with Krishna? By nature, as a servant. And that may rub our feathers the wrong way, right? It may be like, eternally servant. But no, you don't understand the nature of service. The nature of service is that your heart becomes full with this love. And it's so fascinating that Krishna's like, I'll drive your chariot of the devotee, right? Because he becomes controlled by that love himself.
Mara pulled that yesterday. You made that big feast. She was in the kitchen just making pie, making
Eggplant parm.
eggplant, making pesto pasta,
Oh, my
making
Mara, you went off.
making focaccia.
You see, I see what happened.
Focaccia. What else?
Mara
did you
heard
make?
about my gnocchi and said, okay,
I'm gonna
I
take
got to
this up
outdo
a
him.
notch.
You really did.
Yeah. What else did you make?
That salad with corn and tomatoes.
Oh yeah, salad with corn and tomatoes, fresh sweet corn and tomatoes, so good. But when it came time to sit and eat, she was like,
She's serving.
"I'm not that hungry." I was
I
like,
ate with you guys yesterday.
"You just ate a little, though."
Yeah, she was she was
She was
satisfied by serving.
She was joyful in her service.
Yeah,
She didn't have. That is the enjoyment within bhakti. Our enjoyment comes from giving the love, and it's like the pathetic material world, we're running around. Give me love. Give me love. Give someone else love. You want love? Love somebody else.
Okay.
People are always desperate for love. Learn how to love yourself.
All right.
Learn how to love
Others, yourself.
others, yourself. Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's continue with this commentary.
No one loves me. No one loves me.
Start
It's the same
loving.
thing. Let's start loving people. The whole world will love you.
Okay.
The Simple Truths by Raghunath.
You sound like you got the person by the throat. Start loving.
You start loving me now. All right, where are we? Next verse.
No. The next paragraph of the
You still want to do
commentary,
this commentary?
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Therefore, Mars Bishop was surprised, thinking, "What did Mother?"
In this verse.
In this verse, there are 3 negative pronouncements in the Sanskrit. Na na na. When
Shanana.
anything is uttered 3 times, do it, do it, do it. One should understand that this is meant to indicate great stress on a fact.
Okay.
In this verse, we find na labire, na labire, na labhire. Yet Mother Yaśodā is the supermost exalted position, and thus Krishna has become completely subordinate to her.
Okay. Labire means obtained. So Shiva didn't obtain it. Lakshmi didn't obtain it. Brahma didn't obtain it. It's getting emphatic here, right?
The word vimuktidat is also significant. There are different types of mukti, right? Liberation, such as sayujya, salokya, sarupya, sarsti, samipya. But vimukti means special mukti. Special secret mukti. When after liberation, one is situated on the platform of prema bhakti,
No,
one is said to
therefore-
have achieved vimukti, or the special secret mukti.
I think you missed a sentence. Did you? Therefore?
No, I
Oh, no,
didn't.
no. I'm sorry. I was jumping ahead. You were right. Please continue.
Therefore, the word na is mentioned, that the exalted platform of prema is described by Sri Chaitanya as prema pum arto mahan. And Mother Yaśodā naturally acts in such an exalted position in loving affairs. She is therefore a nitya siddha devotee, an
Eternally
expansion of Krishna's Ladini potency. Nitya siddha, eternally liberated.
Mhm.
His potency to enjoy transcendental bliss through expansions who are special devotees. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhava Tabi. Such devotees are not sadhana siddhis. So a sadhana siddhi is one who becomes perfected by a regular practice.
Mhm.
And nitya siddha is one who's eternally liberated soul.
Okay. And so he's enjoying his own pleasure potency. She's personifying it, and he enjoys that through love. Oh, this is beautiful stuff, Raghunath. This whole beautiful science of devotional service. Isn't it? It's amazing.
It is. Alrighty. Continuing on.
What text now?
We're on text
20?
21.
21.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the Son of Mother Yaśodā, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service. But he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, that's gyanis,
Right.
to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities, right? That's the
Pasvis.
yogis and penances,
Yeah.
or to those who consider the body the same as the self, that's the materialist.
The karmas, yeah.
Text 22. While Mother Yaśodā was very busy with household affairs, the Supreme Lord Krishna observed twin trees
Oh, a little foreshadowing of the next chapter here.
known as the Yamala Arjun trees, which in a former millennium had been the demigods, the sons of Kuvera. So Kuvera is a demigod. He's the chief of the treasury of the demigods.
Yeah.
So he's very, very wealthy.
Mhm.
And the kids are the prodigal children of this demigod.
Sometimes the kids of the wealthy can lose it a little bit, right?
They can lose it a little, I just got a
Party.
a BMW when I was 16 and I totaled it in the first week. And you think, they're going to be good. I'm just going to give them things, and they're, instead of they'll stay out of trouble if I just keep giving them money. No, all those rich kids in my high school, they're all on cocaine.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm not on cocaine.
You know, did you have a lot of rich kids in your high school when you were 16?
The real rich neighborhoods were like not in our school
District? Me neither, actually.
They're actually in
neither.
Chappaqua, which was like the next town over.
Yeah. Where were you, in Pleasantville?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a car when you drove to school?
No.
You didn't. You didn't drive to school.
No, I
My
walked.
dad was a teacher in a school, so I drove his car.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't anything special. It was a Ford Fiesta.
Okay.
And you show up with your dad in the teacher's parking lot. It's never
Not
as
the
cool.
coolest thing.
Not the coolest thing to park it and sit on the hood of your Ford Fiesta. I never impressed anyone except maybe the other faculty was like, "Who's this kid? What's he doing?" All right. So who are these children?
What are you talking about?
Who knows? The children of the demigod Kuvera.
Oh,
I'm going to trivia quiz Timothy, not Timothy Tucker, young Tommy Fawcett and Katie. No, who are the sons of Kuvera that
What are
got
their
cursed
names?
to stand as trees? What are their names?
They're mentioned in the Dhammarasika prayers, right?
They're mentioned in the Dhammarasika prayers. Quick.
I mean, not by name.
Yeah, they are mentioned by
Are they
name.
mentioned? Well, the sons of Kuvera are mentioned, but they're not their individual names.
It's
Right.
It's Mani Griva, not Hari Griva. Mani Griva
Mani
and
Griva,
Nalu Kuvera,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
They are both wealthy children of Kubera. In their former birth, these two sons, known as Nalu Kuvera and Mani Griva, were extremely opulent and fortunate. But this is, again, good karma can ruin your life. But because of pride and false prestige, they did not care about anyone unless Narada Muni cursed them to become trees. And in one sense, this was all. It did not ruin their good karma. Did not ruin their life. It was the best thing that could ever happen to them.
But it
'cause
took
they
a
were-
long.
Yeah, but it took a long time. They were cursed to stand as trees. Because when a great sage curses, it's a blessing.
I was just here. Maybe I'll try to investigate this a little bit because we got a cliffhanger now until next Monday.
Ooh.
But maybe I was hearing Radhika Prabhu speak about it was a class about Sanskrit and but it got into the power of Sanskrit and then it got into the power of mantra and then it got into the power of cursing. And he said he had done a whole study on cursing in the Bhāgavatam, not cursing like swearing, but cursing like like cursing someone
Curse.
in the Bhāgavatam. And he said there's different categories of curses in the
Hmm.
Bhāgavatam. You know, maybe I'll look into that a little bit. But Narada's curse was a tremendous boon, as you're saying. They had to stand as trees. You know, they were living it up as the sons of Kuvera, and we're going to read about that partying and women and wine and all of this
There's partying.
nakedness.
Nakedness, yes, that was a big thing.
And then they got cursed and they had to stand as trees for a very long time. But the curse was a blessing because, well, we'll read about it, right? That's part of the cliffhanger. But Krishna is going to crawl right into their world.
I mean, is it bad to be a tree? If you have a mind of a
Apparently,
human,
it's painful.
if you have a mind of a human, it must be like, I want to do things, or I've got an itch.
I think that consciousness is dulled largely, you know?
Right. It's just sort of like you're doing time,
It's
I
like,
guess.
like kind of like that, you know, just.
It's nice to
like
think
that.
that they're happy. But maybe
Well,
they're
I
not.
think they do respond to kindness and music and things like that, right?
They do.
Yeah.
They connect with each other through the root systems.
And yeah, they reach out and connect with one another.
Mara, how are you?
So maybe it can be like you know,
Or like,
or it can be like,
and they hear a chainsaw.
Woodpeckers.
Woodpeckers.
Entering the life of trees, the inner life of trees.
Ready for some takeaways?
Please.
Okay. We've got to learn to think differently.
Yeah.
We gotta learn.
Shastra challenges us to go deeper.
it does.
Shastra.
At the heart of reality, there's paradox.
The heart of reality.
doing it,
Everything's a
man.
song, isn't it?
Should
The
I
more
mute
you-
that mic right now? I can do that. I have that option, right?
The more you delve into science, the more you see how mystical the world is.
It's a mystical
Oh,
world.
you know, I saw someone shared. Was it Timothy Tucker or someone shared?
About how if you go deep into science, it
Yeah,
makes
let's
you
pull that
believe in
one out.
religion and vice versa.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
deeper, if you go deep on, this is from Timothy. If you go deeper enough into science, it will bring you to religion. And if you go deep enough into religion, it'll bring you to science.
Who said that?
Well,
Timothy Tucker.
He's owning it
He's a
right now.
genius.
Okay.
It's your next T-shirt, Timothy Tucker.
Love is a conduit to deeper reality.
Yes.
Love is a conduit.
We capture Krishna by grace and mercy.
That's right.
The most powerful demigods don't receive the mercy that Mother Yaśodā does.
The most powerful demigods.
Bhāgavatam.
This is when he runs out of stuff, Mary. He's just like
Just repeating in melody.
Bhāgavatam completes the loop of the Vedas.
ties it all together.
And healthy eggplant parm is a delicious paradox.
That's it. It's a delicious paradox.
A delicious paradox.
Do I have to do the music?
Whoa!
Otherwise,
I love catching Kaustubha off guard.
Well, I wasn't told that I had.
I
this
know,
duty,
I
but
know.
I should have.
I
I
was
should
gonna
have.
try, but then
yeah.
it's gonna be echoey.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
Actually, I can do it. I'll just stop the riverside.
Like what we're doing, people, this is
Oh,
a
you got
community-supported podcast. If you like what we're doing, you can go to wisdomofthesages.com, contribute whatever you like.
Is he heckling?
No, you got it?
Just play it.
Oh, you want me to play it? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Contribute whatever you like.
Go
This
for
is a
it.
community-supported podcast. Contribute whatever you like. Join the Sage Community Platform. Tonight, you're going to get Kaustubha at 5:30 doing Chaitanya Charitamrita. And you're going to get our little gang here, including Grandma Terry, at 8 o'clock doing Sweet Baby Krishna, stories of little Krishna. That is all, people.